What's going on, everybody? Fellow humans and resellers and Furbies. It is I, James. RedemptionAgencies.com, 21 years. Selling on eBay. Got everything pulled. Did you watch the pulling video? Go back and check it out. All right, let's get into how was yesterday on the eBay? What happened? Well, yesterday it seemed like, as said in videos yesterday, I had met yesterday numbers by 4 o'clock from the previous day when there was just errors, system errors and stuff going on. And so definitely a bounce back day, and actually the biggest day in quite a while on a Thursday. And hit a little over $1,000. So boom. Overnight, there seemed like it kind of mirrored the night before. There was a little window of like 4 hours where something may have happened, but maybe not. So there was kind of consistent sales throughout the night. Not as great as the day before, but good enough to not determine any red flags, if you will. No big blocks of nothingness. I will say that the offer thing may be back, the offer issue, because I only got 4 offers in 12 hours. Yesterday seemed to be working fine. I was getting tons of offers. Last 12 hours, 4 offers. So there might be an offer issue back again. And I did forget to call yesterday and complain about the new pop-up box not having the best offer option on it. So I got to try to remember to do that today. Since I've been pulling, no offers have come through. So did have a couple of sales that I did not pull in the pulling video. I forgot to refresh. But so yeah, yesterday made it over $1,000. Today we are at 9:30 a.m. and I like to be 150 to 250 by 10. I'm at 148. So headed right into the low end. Nope, I refreshed. I'm at 161. So I am above the low end and still got 30 minutes to go. So good sign as we head into a Friday. Hopefully things will go smooth this weekend and I will just have $1,000 days every day. Like I won't 900 to $1,000 days every day. How about that? The way that in my mind, in my research, in my history, should be going on every day in my store. I should be having 900 plus days every day with the items I sell and the consistency of my items. No matter what anybody else out there has to say in their miserable existence. I'm starting to get feisty, you know. I'm starting to get... It's like one of the things when, you know, you just... When you start making these videos and you start getting the hate, right? And you don't know how to take it. And you got to get used to it, right? I'm used to hate to my face, but the whole coward hate, you know, it's like another level of wussiness, if you will. So it takes a while to get used to because it's like somebody coming up, smack you in the back of the head and take off running. And you're like, well, where did they go? It's the same thing. It's cowardness and wussies and stuff. And then you have somebody who you thought had your back who talks crap behind your back. So then you got to go, okay, all right. And then you call them out and you deal with that. And then you start getting a little feisty after that. And you ain't taking crap from nobody. So I'm getting to that stage now where I ain't taking crap from nobody. And I'm going to have one-liner dingers here and there. And you're going to see them just pop up out of the blue. I'm telling you. We're going to get real up in this. I'm telling you, we will. Boom, boom, boom. I'm not a fighter. I'm a happier. Shut up, James. You're just stupid is what you are. You're a moron. That's what you are. All right. And you would think I would be used to it. You know, I was bullied as a kid. My mom told me at a young age that if I wasn't born, they would have lived in a house. You would think I would be used to being smacked on, walked on, talked down to. I think that's what helped me generate such a positive mindset, because nobody else was going to help me out. I had to do it from within, or I was going to fall. So, along with that comes sarcasm and smart-assness and all that stuff. So, it is a coming. Trust me, it's a coming. I had 2 pop-ups since I just started this video, so that's good. 2 more sales. Actually, 3. Nice. All right. So sales seem to be flowing in this morning. So if you're keeping track on issues with eBay, there appear to be not really any, except maybe with the offers, because they are lacking where they should be. Other than that, it seems like a nice flow is still happening, but we are only at 9:35, so we'll see how the day goes as a whole. So now I'm at 186. So 186 at 9:34 a.m. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm trying to conjure up my Jim Carrey, but I've totally lost it. Beautiful. Anyway, all right, let's get these things fired up and started. Actually, I got more sales than that, because the international sales do not show up on the U.S. site, and I sold a nice $1 international piece. And I'll probably do it off camera, because I'm going to have to probably dig for a box, and that might take me a minute or 2, so I'll just show you. And that is another vintage puzzle. You know, I found a bunch of these at the Honey Hole for $1 to $2 a piece. The highest one I think sold for $500 or $600. And then I found a stack of them at the bins a little while later. So this is one of them that came from one of the 2 places. I'm thinking this was a Ben's one. Maybe not. I see a little thing there where I might have pulled off a tag. So it could have been the Honey Hole. Either way, I paid nothing for it. This one sold for $100 going to Australia. So technically, not 186. I am over 286. So I'm over $300 already, because I had some more international sales also. So I'm already over $300 for the day at 9:36 a.m. So things are flowing internationally also. You know, if my international sales are off, that's usually a huge indication that things are wrong, because everything else kind of falls into place like that. So when things are rolling, the internationals are rolling also. So refresh data. Refresh data. So that is good to go. All right. This is going to need glued right quick. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and won't you give it to me? Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You got to get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You got to get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and won't you give it to me? And if you don't know what I did there, cassettes have little sponges. They need those sponges to play. If it don't have a sponge, glue it back on if it's loose. And if you do cassettes, check for sponges as you list, and keep a little tray full of sponges. So when one sells, and if there's not a sponge in it, you can add one. Boom. Pretty simple. All right. Let's go with age first. All right, let's get into this, shall we? Looks like we've got 2 shoes on the day so far. I did take an offer for both of these, so, but they're not in, the one's not in the best shape. So some Jordan CMFTs, CMFTs, and $10, headed to Phoenix, Arizona. And if you're new to my channels, the prices I give do not include the shipping I do charge. So $10 plus shipping. Get up, come down to something. Crack ball. I was talking about this a little bit in my pulling video, but I just had an idea pop in my head because I've never seen a book that talk about band names, like the stories behind bands' names. That might be an interesting book. There might be something out there. I don't know. I just never seen one. Just thinking out loud. Thinking out loud. Next up, we got some hats that sold. Yes, we do. Starting with women's Nike Cardinal Hat. Sold for $12.14, headed to Pocahontas, Illinois. Pocahontas, Illinois. Check the hat boxes, James. Yeah, I got enough to get me through till Monday, and then I'll do some supply orders Monday and or Tuesday. Get them before the weekend. Should be good. Nosy cheese. Since it's been so good, let me check that indicator. See if it's like, whoa, holy crap. I did have a slowdown yesterday evening, and this is when all those spikes were yesterday evening. Then overnight and into today, it's a lot lower, so. So maybe I can't go totally buy those spikes unless they're like totally outrageous. But then again, it does seem to be sporadic throughout the website. Like when I'm good, you're bad. When you're bad, I'm good. When you're good, I'm bad. Oh, yeah, all that stuff. So, like I said before, hopefully the theory of that whole server change, and maybe now I am finally, I mean, because if you look at this week, it's definitely been a change of pace. So today's Friday. So last Friday, $700. That was like one of those normal something's wrong days. Then I had almost 900. Then I had almost 1,000. A little over 900. Then I went back down to 750. Then yesterday was totally trashed, and with system errors and stuff, 660. Or not yesterday, day before yesterday. Then yesterday was over 1,000. So, and then today it looks like I'm headed in at least in the right direction. So this week has definitely been different than the past year and a half of what I've been dealing with. There's been more consistent good than bad. Where for the last year and a half, it's been consistently more bad than good. Day after day, just server failures, system errors, won't load, this, and just issue after issue. So maybe the theory that another server has been changed out for the good, and maybe I am finally more on the good than the bad. And then hopefully everybody will eventually get there. if they're still changing those servers out, which we know they are. We know they were changing servers out. When and how long? We know it was supposed to be a 3-year project. We don't know when they started because of COVID. We don't know if there was a lull because of COVID. So technically, the server change still could be happening as we're talking. So in theory, from the outside looking in, having no other information than what I deal with on the website, it looks like this past week I might be more on good servers than bad servers. So, all right. And for those people who like to make jokes about server issues, how does it feel to be wrong? Because you know you are. You're just too egotistical to admit it. Boom, boom, bing, bing. All right. Next up, we've got a cycling hat going to England. Sold for 20 British pounds. And I can put this in a bag. This is all, there's nothing breakable about this hat. Well, it's a cycling hat. All right. The ego is a funny thing when you watch people. Especially when, what's funny is when you watch people who talk like they know it all, knowing that what some of the things they're saying they're totally wrong about, and there's proof to back it up. Not the server issue, but other things. And then you see the person on the live arguing with them too, going, no, I'm pretty sure it's this way. And I'm like, yeah, it's that way. But this person who thinks they know it all is just going on and on and on. You're like, oh, my child, bless your heart. Bless your heart, my child. One day you'll get it. All right. Bless your heart. That's probably the first time I ever used that term, bless your heart. Another sale. Nice. All right. So what do we got here? I usually don't do these. Let's see. We got 12 by 9. Fine. 12 by 9. 0. 1.6 pounds. Use cycling hat. 1. Total value 20. 0. 1.6. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. All right. Move to shipped. Boom. Next up, we've got Bud Light Hat. Headed to Denmark. And sold for $12. And I'm only saying that because a certain person's still going on and on and on. So, and I was feeling a little feisty. So at this point, I do apologize to you, the viewer, for being so feisty. I'm going to center myself now. I got the feistiness out. All right. Denmark. You can only just take so much before you break, you know? You can only just take so much. You will break. So if you don't exercise those demons, you can't move forward. So I just exercise those demons on you. So I apologize. All right. 5, 6. It's just when you get emails from people, you know, saying this and saying that, when you know it's things happen, you just got to learn to brush it off, right? But it still festers. So you do get feisty. It can make you feisty when it festers for too long. $12. That's my excuses anyway. Those are my excuses. Not reasons, they're my excuses. All right. Dang, nothing's been sent to these countries that needs those codes since I did that old phone. And that was how long ago? 5 days or so? That's how international sales have been so off. And now when I click this for the code, it doesn't come up as easy as it used to. Like it's giving me a different one there than it is here. And I'm pretty sure this is the number. Used to it just pop first thing. Why is it giving me a different code there now for caps? Oh, that's closure devices caps. Okay. Brim hats. Trucker hats. So all those are different. I just do the 6502 is what I normally do for hats, right? And this is 6505 there. Good Lord. There, 6505 0090. Yeah, so everybody can stop sending me messages and such about what people are saying to me because I really don't care anymore at this point. Misery loves company. They're just not getting my company. Move to shoot. They may be inviting me, but I'm not coming. Got a John Cougar Mellencamp cassette sold for $4.44, headed to Lexington, Kentucky. I am not accepting the invite. Thank you for finally showing up. Pew. All right, another halt. Where goes the New York Yankees? Sold for $7, headed to Berkeley Heights, New Jersey. But like I typed in the community thing yesterday, thank you guys for all the support and stuff. Here lately, I've been making $40 to $50 a day on my videos. So without you guys, that don't happen. The likes, the watches, the comments. So much appreciated. It's just kind of cool to see. And like I was saying there, it's And most of you are probably from same generation as me, or one after or before. So it's like before the internet, and then just to see that you can make money doing videos and putting out information is just one of those things that's like totally killer. You're like, wow, how is that even possible? I mean, if they had this opportunity when I was 15 or 16, the videos you would have seen online would have been crazy. Crazier than what you're seeing the people do today. Because there wasn't so many PC police as there was these days, as there was in the 80s, so in the 90s. So would have been pretty wild to view an 80s YouTube with 2023's mentality. In St. James, CD sold for $8, headed to Freehold, New Jersey. Next up, we've got Star Wars: The Clone Years for PS2. Sold for $8. Headed about an hour down the road. Farmington, Missouri. Hello? Is there any more CD mailers in here? I was looking at machines to make these myself. That machine is huge. Like, I'd have nowhere to put it. And then plus, whenever it says email for price, you know that it's very expensive. Something maybe I should have started like 15 years ago. Would have paid for itself by now. All right. Life Thread, Tomorrow Minus Yesterday CD. Sold for $11, headed to Pendleton, South Carolina. Chuck Norris hat. Chuck Norris approved. And sold for $10, headed to Kingman, Arizona. All right, shoe number 2 for the day is some Asics, men's Asics. Took an offer for $12. Headed to Colorado. Monument, Colorado. Come on. Off there. All right. 12. Still no offers. Couple more sales, but no offers. Next up, we've got some Nightmare Before Christmas squeaky dog toys. Those won't fit in that box. It's going to be funny when a box lands on these. All 3 sold for $23. Headed to Texas. This was part of retail arbitrage I picked up at Walgreens clearance when I used to go around getting the clearance after Halloween and after Christmas. All right, Safety Clean Hat sold for $12. Headed to Sacramento, California. I can't say it's been nice staying out of chats with negative people. Like, I'll get into a chat, and if I see the people that were talking crap about me, I just jet. I don't even stick around. I'm gone. So right now, there's only really 2 chats I've been going into and actually interacting. So and it's funny thing too is the people who's been reaching out to me because of one of the person's antics and how they're, let's just say they're not a fan of the antics and stuff either. So it kind of goes back to the whole you are the company you keep, you know? Like if there was somebody, if I was doing chats and there was somebody in there just constantly spread negative, it's going to, from what I'm seeing, from what I'm hearing from people, it could do more damage to the growth of your channel. So that's why when I get negative comments and stuff, and somebody made a negative comment toward someone last night, and I had to respond, I'm like, and call them out, like, know what this person's saying is true, etc., etc. And if this person doesn't respond back or apologize, I'm just gonna block them. I don't need that negativity on the channel, because you're just gonna run away the good people. It's just not. It's not conducive to growing the channel. And that's what I've learned with a lot of people reaching out to me about the situation that happened, and how they do too stay away from antics and just will stick to themselves or go more into an area that's more positive. So it does have an impact on your channel. So learning that, I am definitely policing my comments a lot more now. So if anybody tries to attack anybody for any reason and they don't apologize afterwards, if it's not over the top, if it's over the top, they're automatically gone. If it's not quite over the top and they don't respond with like an apology or something, then they're gone. There's no point in having that kind of energy in my channel and with you guys viewing my channel, because it's just going to suppress the channel. So that's what I have learned in this process. So the fact that it all happens probably a good thing, because I learned a lot from it. So probably when I get midday, I'll check and see if give the person time to respond and stuff. See how they respond, and then handle it accordingly if needs to be handled. So. All right. So yeah, just feel free to let me know if there's any negative push towards you guys on this channel, because I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to handle it. It's just not going to happen on my channel, because I don't want anybody to feel like I felt dealing with that kind of stuff. So I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen on my channel. So we got, are you ready for a hat lot? Yeah. American Cablevision, St. Louis, and Fly Spirit of St. Louis Airport. Both hats sold for $24, headed to Brazil. Oh, great. That means they're not going to get there, or they're going to get lost. And this is going to be a refund. I have Brazil blocked, but for some reason, every once in a while, something will get through. And we are out of tape. I might need tape too. I'm going to check that when I do my supply order. I've got like a bunch of free tape that I use upstairs. It's like the fatter tape, but I don't prefer to use that down here. I prefer the smaller tape. I don't know why. It's just preference, I guess. So all that tape is used for is cleaning stuff, since it was all free anyway. So, and it's thicker, so I get stuff off of clothing and hats thick quicker. So, $24. Kansas City Royals. Sold for $11. Head to Narrows, Virginia. Next up, we've got NWA Legacy CD. Ooh, needs resurfaced. Both of them. And so far, $760, headed to Emeryville, California. Puddle of Mud, famous CD. Sold for $535, headed to Chester, Illinois. Hey, that's where Popeye statue is, isn't it? Chester. Popeye the Sailor Man. I vaguely remember going to Chester a couple of times as a kid with my dad. We were down in DuQuoin, Illinois. I think one time we came back that direction, and I just remember almost like the JB Bridge back in like the late 70s, early 80s, where it was like 2 lanes going across with the big metal structure. I love those old bridges. I remember that bridge distinctively, going over the Mississippi down in Chester. I'm sure it's long gone by now, or at least replaced. Just like the JB Bridge used to be like that. So I love those old 2-lane bridges. Jan don't like even the bigger bridges, so when she is on those 2-lane ones, man, she's freaking out. I'm like, you're freaking out. You could swim. I can't swim. I should be the one freaking out. Because us city boys, we didn't have access to swimming pools to learn to swim in. We had the metal. We had a neighbor with the metal horse trough that we'd swim, that you buy as a swimming pool at the local hardware store. All right, one of the postcards I've got listed from Vietnam. And so far, $760, headed to Oakland, California. Pretty strong picture there. I don't sell many, so I don't have like a shipping program for postcards, so I just put them in a DVD case. Put them in a little slot. If I sold more, I'd come up with something better than this, but this works, so. All right. Got some of the newer sales coming through here. So. Put this up yesterday. Ransom on VHS, sealed. Sold for $5. Headed to Longmont, Colorado. So you know eBay's working pretty decent for me when I can sell a VHS tape overnight. That listed last night, so just hope it keeps going. Keeps it going. And I hope those people who put down Jan's videos and what she gets at the bins, hope you're paying attention to all the other videos. Probably not, because you're probably just in and out sharing your misery. But the amount of items she's pulled in some of those shipping videos and I've sold will show you that it ain't just junk, okay? I don't sell just junk. I sell, well, technically, I guess I do, but it's not the point. Scion hat. So for $17, headed to staying in the area, Arnold, Missouri. So I don't sell junk. I sell simple stuff. Simple. Nice, simple items. This was put up a couple days ago. Nice, simple items. Everyday items, but not everyday resale items. No. Reseller items. Oh. I thought I'd come up with something cool and catchy there, but it didn't happen. James, you failed. You failed. I didn't fail. I learned. You don't fail. You learn. You can't succeed if you do not try. And not every try is going to be a single, a double, a triple, or a home run. Sometimes you strike out. It's not the at-bat that matters. It's the play of the game. Don't mind me today. I'm just saying whatever comes to my mind clearly. Toto, self-titled. So for $8.40, headed to Houston, Texas. I don't think there's been any rhyme or reason to this video. It's just the thoughts that popped in my head exit the mouth. Which is pretty much all the time with me. I do have somewhat of a filter. So I am thankful for that. I'm not going to deliberately try to hurt somebody's feelings. So that's good. But I will be truthful. It's a fine line, which I feel I've mastered pretty well at the age of 52. All right, Louisiana 2 CD. So for $7.60, headed to St. Helens, Oregon. That's like, but Daddy, everybody says I'm ugly. Honey, you're not ugly. Trust me. You just have a unique visual style that is only available to a select few other human beings on this planet. That makes you one of a kind. That makes you perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I said, don't mind me today. That makes you quite unique. Willie Nelson. Sold for $4.44. Headed to Lawndale, California. Down at the whiskey. We got a band called X live at the Whiskey A Go Go. Sold for $8, headed to Pleasant Hill, Oregon. Down at the whiskey. Did you watch it? There's a special on Netflix about Whiskey A Go Go. I think it's on Netflix. You know, on Netflix or on YouTube. One, two. But they go into the history and the family who's been running it and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool documentary. I like documentaries. I'm more of a real life person. I prefer like documentaries over movies or like, you know, Star Wars and stuff like that. Star Treks. I prefer real life stuff. Real life stuff. Except when it comes to my conspiracy theories, my Bigfoots, and my UFOs. Stuff that could and may be possible. Joe Scruggs. Tape only, headed to Canada. Sold for $4.44. Don't yawn. I wanted to go back to bed today. It's like, I just want to go back to bed. I did not want to be awake at this moment. Let me sleepeth. But nope. Vern needs his meds. Pups need their food. They got to go pay. So James gets no extra sleepy. Next up, we got Unknown JC logo. I love my Unknown logos. Sold for $10. Headed to Gainesville, Florida. And it looks like we got one more piece here. And then we'll look and see what's sold and see what dollar amount we're at. Because it is $9.21. Or sorry, $10.21. $10.21. We got some Wrangler khaki pants, men's pants. Sold for $15. Staying in the area, St. Louis, Missouri. All right. What else we got? We got Ann Taylor, some white jeans, women's jeans, sold for $15. Oh, an offer just came through. Classical cassette sold for $8.50. Some toddler Air Jordan sold for $10. So I got my 3 pairs of shoes. Boom. NASCAR women's hat sold for $12. Mark Whitfield CD sold for $4.72. And somebody sent a $10 offer on some women's Crocs. Mary Jane Crocs. I just put those up 2 days ago. Sure, why not? I think that's another item Jan found. Making me money, Jan. Claim your name, elevate your brand. And then I've got a Bonanza item that's sold. One of the CD long boxes for $23, $24. So I'll get that pulled. So not counting the international, we're at $213 at 10:30. With the international, let's just say $100 more, keep it easy. So $313 at 10:30. So, happy with that. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. All right. One more item to ship. And this. And I'm done. So, thanks everybody. Ooh, I can probably put that in a LP mailer. It might fit perfectly in an LP mailer. Yeah, it might be a little big. All right. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all the support, all the likes, all the comments, and all that. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later.